Oh man. And welcome and welcome back, everyone. This is Flight of the Valkyries with Biscuit. I am your host, Biscuit, and when we last left off, we had just completed some big plans. Big ships. We made the Apollo 2 lander, which I didn't dub over right, so you guys aren't going to hear about it. But we got that squared away. It was a great ship. We unlocked a bunch of the final tier of science that we had, which meant that now we can go ahead and open our communication satellites, and we can get those into those communication satellites launched, because we can go ahead and tear that comm satellite we had out, replace it with a control unit that actually had SAS, so that we could actually launch the damn thing without having to die. And yeah, that's good stuff. So let's go ahead and use the new gadgets, change the root part from here to here, and then what we're going to do is click that here, take this crappy part off, replace it with the not so crappy part, which does come with comes with SAS, which is a freaking godsend. And then we're going to retouchy make it the root part, just on principle. And then we're going to go ahead and put the finger back on, boop, and that should now control 100,000 times better than it did before. And what I did add was I added a new mod called Fusebox. Let's just see what our battery situation will be. Reaction wheels, drain. Flight. Settings. Never used this before. DRK. Darkness time. Okay, cool. Okay, well, 210 max generation, 19 drain, 133. But we should have batteries on this Fujiwatsu, right? Don't we? Yeah, chock full of batteries. Science. We'll actually go ahead and put some more batteries in here. Put some more batteries in there. You're never going to have too many batteries, mate. That actually 610 batteries. Okay. Feel better about that. Got that here. The ComSat 1 will take 3 days. What the hell is this thing going to take 3 days to build? What in the world? Available in use? Oh, because we never built it yet and it has that procedural part. Well. Well, I do declare. We actually want the fairings. I want the fairings to come off sometime after this one, so we're not too concerned about it. Let's go ahead and launch this bad boy, or let's simulate, make sure it works, because remember I did turn off, well, you won't remember because I got dubbed over, but I turned off my safety net of allow reverting flights, so simulations are key now, because if we have any issues, we're pretty much dead, and that would really be a downer, that would pretty much make me a pretty sad panda. Just saying, be pretty sad. Here we go. Yes, I understand. Leave me alone. Battery drain. Configure visible buttons. Enhance nav ball. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's like fuse box on there. Showing up. We can remove if we need to. Prepare for simulated launch in 3. Oh, we have SAS up. Amazing. 3, 2, 1, and go for launch. We leap from the sky slowly but surely, sending the first wave of Kerbal satellites into space that can and will provide us the telemetry that we need to help our people be successful in space. And as you see, as our delta V here is dropping, our delta V up here on the higher stage is growing, so that's why we start out like, hey, you've only got 4,700 delta V. It's like, well, no, in space, no one can hear you scream, and you have better delta V when you use vacuum-rated engines. Much more smooth ascent this time, due to the fact we have SAS to keep us steady. It's like a godsend. 25 seconds left on the burn on this stage. Passing 6 kilometers for our apoapsis. Man, I was really bummed. I stayed up late last night to watch the SpaceX launch where they're going to try to land their SRB, their bottom stage, their SRB stage on a barge in the Atlantic, and they stopped it, and I was super bummed about it. We just passed 10 kilometers. It made me a little sad. Now we're starting to lose a little bit, but it's significantly more stable than before. Come on, stay with us. And this launch I'm using OpenGL to see if it does any better. I want to alt tab out and I want to check on that, make sure it's better or not. We're using only a little bit less RAM, so you never know. 15 kilometers. Starting our bank at 10 degrees. But I'm getting 8 frames a second right now. I was doing better with DirectX. I'm just testing it out to see if one, I'm more stable in OpenGL, even if the frames are a little bit lower. Hopefully the frames are a little bit better once we get up too. But down to the last 4 seconds of burn here. The SRB did its job. It started at 1.5 and it's gotten up to thrust away to 3. Engine cutting out to 1.5 second, and cut off the engine. Poodle engine going now. Its thrust weight is 1.22, so you see we're slowing down once again. I'm gonna have to come up with a better engine for this one, but see, we never even got to the Poodle engine to see how it would do. On paper it looked great, but in practice it might not be the best engine in the world. Passing 33 kilometers for apoapsis. Our vertical speed is finally increasing again up to, it dipped for a while, but it's getting back up there. Come on, girl. You can do it. Launch all of the things. 40 kilometers. I'm going to drop it down to 45 degrees now for our gravity turn. Okay. Orbital velocity is increasing. 600 kilometers per second, or meters per second. Kilometers per second would be going super duper fast. But we're trying to get there as quickly as possible. But yeah, we're testing out OpenGL this time to see if it runs any better than DirectX did. So far, the frames are a little bit worse. I'm at 14 frames a second. This isn't a very complicated rocket by any stretch, so it's a little bit worrying. Let's see, did the stage landed okay? 9 kilometers, got a 71% of our funds. I could probably add another parachute. That probably wouldn't hurt. 800 and some meters per second now. Dipping down even lower now. Down to 80% for our burn. We're a minute from our apoapsis. About to cross 1,000 meters per second. 1 minute, 10 seconds left on our burn for this rocket. We just crossed. We're just going to cross 70 kilometers, so we'll be in orbit on our apoapsis at least. The TWR for this rocket's just at 1.8, so we're getting there. We're long. Poodle's getting there. She's reliable in space. She's actually better in space, so she's been doing a lot better since we got up here. Let's cut the engines. Autosave for safety. We don't have autosave because this is a simulation. I forgot. And allowing autosaves could just disrupt the whole space-time continuum, and that would be bad. $1,300 is the burn we have left. We have a minute and 25-second burn. Translate roughly to 45 seconds. So 45 seconds will burn. Yeah, it's a lot slower. I'm thinking it's because OpenGL. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'll test this launch again after we get this done without OpenGL. Did I just lose all my power? No, I don't lose all my power. Does this thing just have no... Oh, it doesn't. It just has no capacity to turn. That's what it is. Oh, we're starting to burn a little early. We'll have to dip into our backup supply for about 400, so that'll give us 2200 delta V. That should be plenty to get this puppy into orbit, especially when you think about where it has to go. It's a polar orbit, but it's not terrible. And they made it more clear since the update of where you have to go. Like it was hard to see before. Like, and there was another one up through here, so there's two of them. I'll probably do this one first because that one's easier than the polar orbit one. This launch is, if you couldn't put it together, is about 1,000 times nicer than the frickin' launch we had to deal with before. And before we go, I want to make sure I get a coronal vessel viewer shot of this thing. Let me make a note of that, because I want you guys to be able to see what we put together. Cute. Coronal viewer of ComSat. Stage complete, and firing off our last and final stage, which I think this is a 145. Oh yeah, she's a good rocket. I like her quite a bit. 10 seconds on the burn. Oh, this one is she's just killing it. Complete. We are in orbit. Jettison the fairings on our simu fairings. Start a radar scan. See if we can do that while we're up here. Let's extend our satellites to continue to transmit data. Perfect. Analyze the data. Oh man, low resolution altimetry scan of Kerbal. Oh, that's nice. Nice. Yeah, this is a nice rocket. This one's gonna be super nice. This is gonna be good generation 1 scan. I was thinking as I could put another control pod here. I should put another control pod here so I can send this back down to the planet and get my money back, but I'm not that hard up for luck yet, so cool. So this one went good. Let me spin it around so that the oh man, she does not have much. She is a big girl and she doesn't have any other attitude control other than that. I think so it takes a while to spin her. She doesn't have much attitude control that way, but I wanted to aim let's aim the Huji what's it for the planet. Okay, so let's conclude the simulation by building this thing. Let's just time accelerate until we get run out of time. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I just need to go to construction viewer and say build it, and then close, and then go to Space Center. Thank you very much, Kerbal Construction Time. I appreciate your attention to detail. For all matters, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day. In reality, 3 days isn't the end of the world to build. I mean, 3 days would be pretty daggone impressive to build something, to be honest with you. Like, I'd be thoroughly impressed if NASA was able to build something in 3 days, even without any parts. So, and that's the other reason I want to recover these parts, because adding these parts to the, adding them back into the helps. I'd like to refurbish them. I'd like to use them. I'd like to keep it as efficient as possible. Let's go ahead and roll this puppy out. It's going to be 2 hours. Warp to complete. Yeah, even in the KSC, I'm getting 13 frames a second. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go out. I'm going to get this done. Then we're going to come back in. So we're at 14 frames a second here in this scene. So what I'm going to do is, once this is done, I want to dump out, and we're going to go and see if it's any better if I reload again with what's that other thing? That other big thing that everyone knows about? Oh, DirectX, yeah. So I'm going to load it up with DirectX after and see how we do. We're at about 26% CPU and about 16. And welcome back again, guys. Here we are, back at the KSC, this time with DirectX, and we'll see if it runs any better this time. And it should. It should. That's the hope. It should. We were getting like 14 frames a second at KSC before with DirectX, or with OpenGL. We're at 9 to 10 here. Well, that is. Oh, there it goes. It's getting back up. It's 27, 28 now. Awesome. That's a little bit better. Before we launch this puppy, let's go in and get a coronal vessel viewer shot of it. And when we launched that thing, it was at 8 frames a second launch. So we'll test launch going out. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a coronal vessel viewer shot of this for you guys, because it's important and stuff. CVV, coronal vessel viewer. And this turns it. This explodes the parts, which is kind of cool. Can I do edge detect? Depth POV, blueprint, part config. Let's screenshot it. Does that add it as a... Where does that add as a screenshot? Let me check and see where it puts it as a... Let's see what the screenshot button does. Does it make it a... Oh, it puts it into the screenshot. Let's see. Let's see if that's true. I'm sure it is true. Let's see for science. Let's see screenshot. Did that just make those? I'm looking at my screenshots directory now, just in awe if it actually did this the way I thought it did. Let's open this in the preview. Oh, it did a really nice. It did really good, but it trimmed. It trimmed out a bit. Like it doesn't. It only shows what's here, I guess. So I'm going to zoom out because I want to get the whole daggone thing in here. Like the graphic, it's 3D. Revert for all set view. Back to offset view. Oh, this is doing like a weird. Oh, this is doing like a weird angle thing. So let's see if I turn off orthographic. Oh yeah, that looks weird. But cool. Okay, we took some screenshots for you guys. I'll post it up with the video. And let's go and launch this baby. Get it into orbit. Get some money for the work we're gonna do. And really show these Kerbal bureaucrats what we're capable of doing, son. Okay, here we go. We should be on the launch pad ready to go as well. On the launch pad, ready to launch. Low Kerbal Orbit ComSat Mark 1. Mission number 1. To an equatorial Kerbal orbit. The easiest of all orbits. It'll net us about 100 grand. I think the ship costs us 100, so it'll be a 50K profit. It'll probably be more than that, considering. Oh, I didn't update the parachutes, but it's close enough. I'll get 70% of the bottom stage back, and then the Poodle engine I'll probably get back to. SES enabled, throttle at full, beginning countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the launch of the beautiful and illustrious LKO ComSat Mark 1 is going on. We're getting a frame rate of 23 frames per second on our telemetry, which is better than the OpenGL telemetry we were getting, so huzzah to DirectX. I started doing it because I was getting crashes last night as I was adding more mods in, and I just wanted to see if that would help it be a little bit more stable, because it's a bummer when it's not stable. It makes me sad. This is one of my favorite games, but it can piss me off, and that's the biggest disappointment about the 64-bit version not working. We just crossed 13 kilometers. We're down to the last 10 seconds of burn on this SRB. Passing 400 meters per second. Passing 20 kilometers. Starting our gravity turn now. Oh, too much. Slow down. No reverts here, buddy, so we gotta be careful. Staging. Picking up speed again, 527. Whoa, no. Oh, shit. Get it back under control. We're out of control. Mayday. Okay. Let's just hold that right there. Holy Jesus. That was totally what I planned the whole time. Totes my goats the whole time I planned that. Let's wait for our appropriate marker to catch up a little bit before we turn a little bit more. Because I forgot we do not have any control surface. We don't have any altitude control with the pod. We don't have any real reaction wheel system that can control this big old thing. So we got to go with what the universe will give us, and it wasn't 45 degrees by any stretch. We're passing 700 meters per second now. Let's go see what we recovered 71% of the launcher, 3 grand, and we lost the stack decoupler. No. We have 2 minutes left on this burn, or 1 minute 14 seconds left on this burn. We just crossed 70, 71, 72. I'll get up to 75. I'll cut the engines for 75. Let's mark the 162. That's a 1600 1600 meter per second burn. Let's try to slowly work our way there. We're now a minute out. It's going to be almost 2 minutes of the burn, so let's start the burn now then. Just work our way over right now. We're going to go ahead and quick save for safety, and then we're going to be jettisoning the fairings in 3, 2, 1, jettison. Clean separation of the fairings. And this thing puts out what? Puts out 220. So it's pretty much just like the other engine. I should have used just another LV, an LV-T45. That would have done just as good, and it wouldn't look as fluky as this thing. This is like fluky, fluky McFlukerson. We're getting there slowly but surely. 800 meters per second, halfway down our burn. We have 200 meters per second left in the second stage. 6 seconds burn left. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Staging complete. This was a little less efficient than last time, but we did have that spin out in this. But we didn't have the simulation. I got a little carried away, and you saw what happened to me from getting carried away. So, okay, we are now positive in the periapsis. We are now in orbit. Let's go ahead and turn on our start radar scan. Extend our communication arrays. Quick save for safety. Let's analyze data from here. Transmit it back. Now let's plot our burn to get us into this orbit of periapsis here, apoapsis here. Start plot our burn out here. 11.5, 12, 11.8, 11.6. There you go. Perfect. The perfect burn. That would take about 800 meters per second to get there. It's gonna take a while to turn. Come on, you big girl. Come on, girl. Come on. Yeah, that'll be from Mark II. I'll put better attitude control on because this is brutal. Okay. This is definitely brutal. Hey, did we get our landed at 8? So we got 88% done back. Nice. We lost the parachute. Oh, that's a shame. We didn't get to recover that, but we got the Poodle engine. That was the important part. You know, I'm glad we got that back. That was an expensive piece of hardware, and it'll be good for future launches. So, especially when we go to start going to 2-point meter capsules, that'll kind of probably be our lifter engine because it's low profile. It's easy to do things with. Okay, let's line up for our burn. LKO satellite. Preparing for burn in. Or burn in 13 seconds. Burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, burn. My counting's a little off, my bad. And we're aiming for 11.5 for our apoapsis. Fudge. I need to burn prograde real quick. Timer's done. need to burn prograde to get us back to where we need to be. Oh no, you didn't. 11.5. Fudge McMuffins. Screwed it up again because I had the wrong button tag. Nav it. Once more with feeling. Jeepers creepers. Wasting energy like crazy. Cannot afford these on. Perfect. From here, we'll trigger the burn back the other way to 9.5. Nine 4. I can live with that. Oh, that'll be perfect. 9.5. And I'll just burn a little extra till I get to 9.4. If you hear baby in the background crying, that's my baby girl. She's getting some teeth in, so she's a little unhappy. Here we go. On track, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. Perfect. You know, one good idea for this might be, in a pinch, I'm trying to think, maybe add a docking port onto this thing and kind of siphon the fuel out of them after they're done and reuse them. I mean, it's just a waste lying there in space, but I guess it'll be good if we ever have to change orbits. Get the burn in 4 seconds. At 4 seconds, we'll burn 30, 20, 10. Burning. We're going to 9.5. Boom, we got it. Nailed it first try. Man, I'm getting good at these satellite positionings. Earned us $97,000 and 12 science, which will unlock the new tier of rockets for us. The new tier of it will unlock the new tier of engines for us. So let's go ahead and start this thing spinning. Because we need to make sure the engine gets clear, so we need to build up enough centripetal force, which I'll do by accelerating time. One, 2, 3, and launch. Let's extend our science experiments. Let's toggle the magnometer. Battery pack. Battery pack. Mr. Goo. See if there any data here to be gotten. Analyze data. Transit the data. Same this puppy at the sun. Let's get a screenshot. Perfect. Okay, everyone, let's go back to Space Center, cache in your science, and we'll call this episode a close. Let's see. We've now got 174 science, almost 300 grand. We've upgraded our Space Center once again, so we can go to the next level science. Unknown object tracking, that will be important. Custom action groups available. Better strategies would be nice. Or Kerbals would be nice too. Better parts for my space planes would be nice. More contracts would be nice. Let's go in and see if we can get these schmexy mainsails and the LFBs, or we can get multi-spectrum image platform. Could get better plane parts, which would make it easier to launch. That'd be fun if we could build a space plane that could launch these satellites in orbit. That would be, to me, that would be a lot of fun. But that's just me. We could get real solar panels, which would be super next sexy. More science, which also would be sexy. Oh, landing gear, more fairings. Mark II part capsule, that would be nice. Differential thrust modulator, that would be super nice. Holy mackerel, though, $318,000. Jesus. That would be expensive. I think I'm going to go with this. It gives us the best chance to get into orbit. So let's go with it. Make sure, see when we go. When's it going to be unlocked technical wise? A day? That's not bad. We earned one upgrade for what we did. We should we should work on going up in our science. What we get for doing science every day. That'll increase. And so that draws to a close. In this mission, just to recap, we got our new ComSat Mark I built out. We basically replaced the crappy module that we had before with a probe core that had SES. Without it, it's basically useless. I don't know. It's just a lot of hassle. We unlocked mainsails, and we simulated launch, tested it, and then we put it in orbit. So that concludes this episode of Flight of the Valkyries with Biscuit. I've been your host, Biscuit. I appreciate the follow. If you like what I do, please give me a like and a follow. I'm also on Twitch. I stream KSP, Arma 3, which would be like Arma 3 Life kind of roleplay. That's how I got started and all this stuff. And if you like it, reach out and touch me. Leave me comments what I want to do better. I appreciate it. And talk to you later. Bye.